Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash. Straight to the face, I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin. I'm the POT, and that is my tag team partner, Big E, aka Them Wrestling Boys, and we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's up, bro?
Brother. Hey, man. We minutes after the Royal Rumble. Feeling good. Got a few questions answered. Now we got more questions.
Absolutely.
Hey, so yeah, man, it's welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to
Podcast
Wrasslin.
like no other with me and my brother. We finna break down the Rumble for you. We're gonna give you our opinion on everything Royal Rumble. Then we'll jump into some Elimination Chamber talk and Mania talk. And so yeah, let's just jump into it, bro.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis. What they say, 70,000?
70,340.
70,000 people, man. 70,000 people. First of all, the walkway that was like a WrestleMania entrance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was like a WrestleMania entrance. You know, so but
yeah, well, it's even worse because you got to think WrestleMania, you got the stage and they going straight down some long ramp.
Right.
This right here, they like, you know, they was like going through the forest.
I missed the old WCW Clash of Champions ramp that you would walk down, just walk into the, you know what I'm saying, walk right into the ring. I missed that, dog.
They had that NXT Tuesday night at Center Stage.
Yeah. But anyway, Stephanie McMahon started it off, welcomed everybody in, and then they had the national anthem, and then we had the women's rumble.
Right.
We've been waiting for the Rumble. We've been waiting to see Charlotte come back, which she was already advertised to come back.
Right.
But nobody knew Alexa Bliss was coming back.
Well, I've been hearing about that. But
yeah, but I mean,
because you hear a lot of rumors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's been because she said she would never coming back.
Yeah, but they've been lately in the dirt sheets and stuff. They've been rumoring her, but again, you just never know. You know what I mean?
Right. Had Trish Stratus in there, which is never bad seeing her. That's always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
You know. Even, you know, and we joke around because she, you know, she's beautiful or whatever, but I mean, talk about a trendsetter and can still go. You know what I mean?
Well, you remember I said about a week ago, she was that one that really, you know, we talk about the 4 horsewomen, the women evolution,
right?
Revolution, whatever, but evolution. But Trish Stratus was that one that really helped bridge that gap between eye candy and back to wrestling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. So yeah, all the kind of credit to her. But Charlotte came back. Charlotte had that Stone Cold knee brace on.
Right.
You know, but I don't.
Ross.
Right. Shout out to Adam Ross. Adam Ross. Yeah. Adam Ross was just said on the podcast. That's what's up. And this is on episode 6. So The Boss Hog done made an appearance on the show already.
My boy.
Yes, sir. But oh man, you made me lose my train of thought on that. Charlotte Flair
Yeah.
came back, looked great, and she's always gonna be fit anyway and looking
Right.
good. But I
Right.
mean, to me, she just looked healthy and rested in the face. You know what I mean? Even after the show, during the
Right.
press conference, she just looked healthy. So I'm
Right.
excited, man. So we'll go ahead and just throw it out there. This Charlotte won. She's going to WrestleMania to either face Stratton or Rhea Ripley, and either one of those matches would be good.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't mind seeing Rhea and Charlotte part 3
Right,
WrestleMania?
right, but that the Stratton and her would be a good one too.
Yes, but they got similar backgrounds.
Right, so it's
As
like
far as athleticism and
you're
not that.
not losing.
Yeah.
Either way
Right.
you go, you're not gonna lose with that match. Whichever one she
Right.
picks. So yeah, man. Shout out to Charlotte Flair for winning the Royal Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble tonight.
Before we I wanted to speak on
Yeah,
that further
yeah,
though, because I thought NXT women had a great showing.
yeah,
The future definitely bright, and the women's division is better than ever. Really,
yeah,
they had so many, and it's hard to keep up with, especially on the NXT and stuff. But it was like Roxanne Perez, Jada Parker, and others. Like they
love Jada
really,
Parker.
I mentioned her.
Yeah, but
Shout
yeah,
out to
Roxanne
Jada Parker.
went an hour
Yeah,
and 7. Yeah, man, big shout out to
right.
Jada Parker. Yeah, we love you.
Rock
Anytime you want to come on, we're here.
Roxanne, what she went
An hour
hour
and
and
7
7
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah,
Runner up. Big for her.
yeah,
You know, I mean, then you got to think 1 and 2 was Io Sky and Liv Morgan,
right.
but they broke the previous record for time spent.
Right.
Before that. So
Right.
uh, it was they had their different Jordan Grace. Shout out to her. It's always good to
Man.
see her.
Yeah, and of course she just
And
signed with WWE. So
right. And you remember she's
yeah,
in the Rumble last year though,
right,
TNA
right.
knockout champion. So that it was cool
Yeah.
to see that. And
When she did that
turn
Death Valley driver on that Piper lady, the
right,
big girl,
Piper Niven, yeah.
man, she was so much momentum it threw her into the ropes. You saw that? When she tried to pop up on her
Yeah,
feet and threw her all the way into the ropes. Yeah, that was crazy.
right. I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like a
Yeah,
freak of nature, dog. In a good way.
and then
Nikki Bella.
Nikki Bella,
Yeah.
good to see her.
And they say
Yep,
she's back with the company.
right.
Like it wasn't just a one-time thing.
So that's
Very
cool,
interesting.
Yeah. I thought I really enjoyed that Rumble, So
I do.
but
Real quick, like if let's stay on it for a minute. Selena Vega
yes,
came out in a different, her, she's on SmackDown now.
right. She's not with the LWO
Right.
anymore.
So it's like, they're gonna push her character now and not just with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
and man, she came in there and did some fly stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she does.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man. So I thought the women's rumble was great.
Oh, did you see when Nia Jax when they all jumped her and she
Yeah. Did the who used to do that? Besides Brock Lesnar.
Right.
What do they do? Like the Big Show would do that. You have people come up, everybody go flying. But yeah, that was
the Giants.
Yeah. Man, compared to everybody over there, she is a giant though. Compared to all the other women. So
yeah, absolutely.
It works. It works
she a
well.
giant and a man. She was in the men and the women Royal Rumble the same night.
Right.
So shout out to her for that.
Right. So then we had the tag match for the 2 out of 3 falls, DIY SmackDown Tag Team Champions with versus Motor City Machine Guns. First of all, let's just say this: like we talking about this match episode ago, and it was everything you thought it was going to be.
Right.
You know, high spots, everybody hitting their moves. Kind of a new school versus old school, but not really that old school. But you know, motors, they've been doing it for a long time. Like it's long overdue for them to be in WWE. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
to say they've been doing it, they still stick all their moves and they still got that speed. And you know, I just shout out to them for even finally being there and making an impact. You know what I mean?
No pun intended. You know what? I really want to say this about Machine Guns. Watching that match tonight, you can tell they all them have chemistry because I know you said kind of new school versus old school, but really they same era. You know what I mean? Gargano and them guys that know each other for 20 years.
Right.
But your point about the Machine Guns, man, I always thought I felt like I watched the TNA back in the day, man, where back when I was into it, watching
right. When it was really,
AJ
really
Styles,
stacked over there with
Mojo,
talent.
Beer Money, like Team Canada, all them guys, man, Machine Guns, like, and the way they stick their moves, man, I'm bold statement. It's like just teamwork that I've ever seen, and that's
Yeah.
crazy saying that, but they, especially for their style, it's never sloppy, man. They hit
Right.
everything.
And they don't do simple stuff, man. So it's their move
Man,
set is ridiculous. Move
man,
set is
man,
ridiculous, and it ain't easy. And like you say, they stick those moves every time. At least
every
on
time,
TV,
bro.
we don't get to see the
Yeah,
house
right,
shows and stuff, but
right,
watching them over and over and over again, and them to be separated for that long period of time and then come back
right,
together, like you got to get that back.
right.
You know,
True,
you
true.
got to get that. It can feel like ain't nothing left, and you can be on the same page, but you got to get that chemistry all the way back, right? And they got it, man. So,
Man, it's like you said, they are long overdue, bro. Like, I mean, because they're not really big guys. I know the
right.
business has changed a little bit, so they kind of accept more of the smaller guys, but it's
But I mean, let's just
in
be honest. McMahon ain't there, so everybody gets a shot.
right,
No matter what size you are, no matter what, and they're not just squashing anybody that comes over from any other company.
right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying? And
right.
that would have been the way before.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I mean,
that was
and that's what's best for business is what they're doing now, and giving people shots.
you got to think, okay, there's the 2 Rumbles and the tag match and the Cody KO, right?
Right.
That was the most underrated match, but them boys put on a show, bro. Like straight up, like
Mm.
like both teams. You know what I mean? They really like that. That was a very entertaining match, and even how it ended, it was a twist to it.
Right. With the and with the Street Profits coming in there interfering and stuff. And what I liked is they didn't interfere just to get the Machine Guns to lose. They also tried to jump on DIY.
Well, that was the whole point because it was
Right.
like we want
We
them
want
for the
smoke with
belts.
everybody.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like basically Machine Guns was just a casualty of war.
Right. Right. But what I'm anxious to see what they do with the Street Profits because I'm also God bless the dead, Shad Gaspard, and we're gonna mention Crime Time on the podcast real quick. I think WWE really dropped the ball with Crime Time. They could
go ahead.
They could have been some of the biggest heel tag teams of all time in the era that they were in. Not saying it would have been a whole bunch of longevity, but they used them so much as for comedy, but they could
Yeah,
go, in the ring. If you
yeah,
turn, it's been a long, let's just be real. It's been a long time since you had a badass African American tag team
right.
like Doom or Harlem Heat. Them guys used to really get heat, dog. They could have. So I'm saying it for the Street Profits.
Nation,
It's right
nation
there,
domination.
right? But it's right there. You can do the same thing with them, and they're going to be more successful doing that than sitting out there walking around with them cups and being part of the stuff backstage and wrestling like wrestling at 8:45. You know what I'm
You
saying?
you know, my thing, and I always told you this with Crying Time. Yeah, I agree with you because I just felt like they were just too corny. It was a stereotypical. This is what black rappers act like,
Right.
and and that was so it wasn't authentic. You could tell like they was trying to. I mean, I mean that was the
They were
gimmick
trying too hard, but
though. So yeah, yeah,
it could have
yeah,
it could have been one of those. What I'm talking about, you do one of those things where like they come out there and start throwing the chains down. This ain't how we act. We act like this and been on some real, like, not gangster, but pretty
yeah.
close to it. You see
Well,
what I'm saying?
yeah, well, even with the whole rap gimmick, if they would have act more like real rappers,
Right. They had beef with
I
everybody.
mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it was, you could tell it was like a cartoon. I mean, but
Yeah.
that's they tried for what they were working with. You know what I mean?
Right. And they
And
got
I
some
agree with you
shine. They
because
work
the
with
prophets
Cena.
kind of have
They got
the prophets kind of have a similar like I get what you're saying though.
yeah,
Like maybe they'd be a little more edgy.
right. Yeah. So I don't know how we was talking about the Rumble and started talking about Crime Time, but anyway.
No, because it's the tag match. It's the
Right.
tag match.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then yeah, tag match was good. We gave everybody
Right.
their flowers. They just all deserved it. And you're not gonna talk much about DIY because you've seen them and a lot of people never seen the machine guns before. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they're getting the most up, but the both teams showed out. Both teams stuck their moves
Right.
and did what they supposed to do. And speaking of
Right.
did what they were supposed to do, Cody and Kevin Owens.
Whew.
Bro, it was
Right.
like that was almost like, bro, that's like some real enemy stuff that you saw what they made it look like. It really made it look like they really just do not like one another. They hate each other.
Bro, there was I mean ladder match is always crazy. Like
Mhm.
Money in the Bank and of course you gotta shout out HBK, Razor Ramon,
Right.
which I know that wasn't technically the first ladder match, but it was the
But
first
that's the
high
one that put them
profile
on the
ladder
map.
match.
That's the one
Yeah,
that put
that
ladder matches on. That's
right,
when you think of ladder matches that's one of the ones you
right.
don't think about Jake the Snake Roberts and somebody from
Yeah.
1980 that was on a 4-foot ladder from
Yeah,
Walmart.
Sylvester Ritter or something. Yeah,
Right.
one of the hearts to somebody in Stampede Wrestling. Now, but you're right though. But this tonight, I will say, it was several moments
This
to
might have
where
been the most violent, not
to
bloody, but violent the way they used the
the
ladders.
ladder. Look, I love when KO do that fisherman buster off the top rope. It seemed like every
Bro.
time they try to superplex him, he's gonna do that. But when
Yeah,
he did that on that ladder, bro,
bro, that was nasty. But the
man,
but the Alabama slam that he took on the ladder at the
oh
end,
yeah,
bro, you'd have thought
yeah,
his neck was broke.
man,
Man, they showed out. They showed
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And they say Cody hurt though. And you don't know if that's a work or whatever.
Uh, I mean,
But
right. With probably a little both.
right.
You know what I
He
mean?
might be hurt, but he ain't injured. He might be
Yeah. Well,
sore.
I hope that's the case.
Well, they're telling you sore. You are sore, ain't
Yeah,
you? Well, hell yeah.
yeah.
All right, well, we ain't lying.
That's like Punk and McIntyre even at the hell in the
Man.
cell. Like they had to take some time off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So Cody comes out on top. You know, he's got both the belts. They done been through it. He done been through all the ladders. KO done been through all the ladders. They just beat the shit out of each other, basically.
Yeah.
And use ladders to do it. And
started a match in the crowd.
Right.
Worked their way back ringside.
They got a shout out to Kevin Owens for being a wrestling fan. Because the shirt last week, Cody sucks eggs. And then tonight, you know, the Canadian Dream. The son of a what do you say? Son of a security system technician.
Hey, shout out to Kevin Owens' dad.
Right. The security system technician. He's the one you call when you can't get your alarm to go off. Press pound 99.
Oh, there's Mr. Owens. Right. Well, Steen really went on whatever.
Yeah. But that's Dusty would have them shirts. Dusty Rhodes, American Dream, son of a plumber, baby.
Right.
You know, digging ditches, right, if you will. But
if you
will. I don't need a handshake. I need just a hug and a kiss and seal the deal, baby. But I put my son's chest right here. He said, "Daddy, what's that?" He said, "It's the heartbeat of America, son." Ric Flair, Four Horsemen. Dusty Rhodes lives on the end of a lightning bolt. Oh my God. All right, man. So yeah. So we get to the men's rumble. And
right.
Just, one thing that was crazy, and we'll get into the rumble, but the roster is stacked.
Right.
The roster is stacked. You didn't have no Kofi Kingston. You didn't have no Xavier Woods. You know, a lot of guys that you watch every week that wasn't on there. And
right.
That's usually not the case.
Right.
You know, so that just shows you, man, the roster is stacked. So, like, you got to really be putting in that work to get on there, you know, which
right.
I think like Kofi and Xavier, you know, that gives them perfect stuff to talk about how they got left out of the Royal Rumble and,
right.
you know,
right.
Yeah, so that'll be, I'm sure they'll be, you know, that's going to be a part of their story.
Right. Good point.
Got AJ Styles came back, so that was good. Came back in that solid blue.
And he also had his old theme music. I'm glad
he went back to that. Yeah, so clearly he's a face for right now. I don't know if he gets back. I don't know if they bring Doc Gallows back by himself because Machine Gun's gonna be out for what? Another 7 months at least. Been 2 months. He's supposed to be out for months.
I don't see Doc coming out
so I'm sure
he AJ Muscle again or something because he definitely ain't doing no singles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And AJ's not gonna have no muscle unless he's a heel. So
right.
So, but you know he's one of my favorites. So it's always glad to see him back. And I know he talks all the time about his career winding down.
Why you always say it's one of your favorites? Like I don't fucking like AJ Styles. You know that's my guy too, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking for me. You can speak for yourself like you're doing right now. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. You know? But I understand, like Bret Hart is one of your favorites.
No, see why you put words in my mouth?
No, is it? Why, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta bring up Bret Hart. You the one that brought Bret Hart up. I didn't bring up. It is February. What? It's probably close to February 2nd now, 2025. You the one that mentioned Bret Hart on our Royal Rumble episode.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Well,
anyway, we didn't have Solo on there, which we ain't seen Solo in a couple weeks anyway. you know,
Yeah,
but
that's a great point though. Yeah, so
you didn't have no Solo. But who you did have Jacob Fatu though.
well, yeah, definitely one of the highlights. Let me say this about the Royal Rumble though. First thing I want to mention, shout out to the production team because they actually had it where they had their names on there when they entered the Rumble, and then when people got eliminated, they had like Alexa Bliss eliminated. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
even though that was hard to keep up with, but at least you see it. In years past, it's just like
yeah,
three and dominant. They throw three people out at the same time. It's like kind of hard to keep up. Like, damn, wait, who's missing?
right.
But
They kept showing the names of who was in the ring right now when they came
right,
in, which was
right,
cool. Some of the camera angles tonight were great.
right.
The Seth Rollins and Roman, when the Roman's face was blurred and you could see Steph turning around real slow,
Yeah,
and then all of
yeah.
a sudden Roman's face is over there. You can see his face getting all pissed off and stuff. I thought that was great, man. And that was all night
like
long.
the start off the men's rumble though. How cool was seeing Rey Mysterio and Penta
Oh, that was
like
awesome.
1 and 2, like
Yeah.
that. That's that
Yeah.
Lucha Underground stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that was definitely cool,
cool.
man.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And Penta, man, performed like he was doing double team move with Roman Reigns, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they let him shine. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
showed,
He was in there for a
what the
good
folk.
amount of time too.
Yeah, he showed what
Yeah.
the people who've been watching AEW and Lucha
Right.
Underground and Triple A and all that stuff. Like, of course, shout out to his brother Phoenix, Ray Phoenix. Who you know,
He trying to get
shout
over
out to
there.
him to even though
He doing everything he
he
can to get
tried.
over.
Yeah, he got away a little long. He got
Right.
held
And
hostage over
if,
there, but
if you're not familiar with the product right now and you're just tuning in, he's got a tag team partner, Ray Phoenix, and their contract at AEW, the other company they were at, came up at the same time, but Ray Phoenix missed a lot of time due to injury, so they're trying to get that time back. So they were
right,
supposed to come over together, but it hasn't worked out that way. So,
right.
and he's doing a couple, from what we've read and seen, he's doing a couple of things to hurry them up a little bit. But I
Lucha
mean,
Bros.
you can kind of, it's like franchise tagging somebody. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Almost like you can see company from the company standpoint, but it's
Right,
also like somebody don't want to be there, man. Let them go.
right.
But you got to understand it's business too. So,
True.
but we got to see a lot of different stuff. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, especially after the match. But we'll get into that in a minute. Jacob Fatu got eliminated by Braun. Get a little bit of payback. I guess I'm not really too interested in see them going at each other anymore.
Well, I kind of
Maybe.
liked it though.
Yeah, I did too, but
Be, first, first of all, I didn't really get to. One thing about the Rumble, which is obvious, is every time the new person come in, the focus on that person. And what I really, especially just really paying attention, they let everybody get their shit off.
absolutely
You know what I
everybody
mean?
made an
They come
impact when they
in,
got
boom.
in.
Yeah, everybody, if it's Mellow Hayes or whoever, everybody did their moves and shit. Then it's just funny because, like, of course, it's all about the camera angle when we watching on TV. So
Right.
we don't see what the live crowd sees. So a lot of times the focus is on 2, maybe 3 people, and everybody else is laying in the corner or in the corner taking punches and shit. You almost forget who's in the ring.
Right.
But they had a lot of big moments tonight, man. Like with his
Yeah.
old rivalries and
Mm-hmm.
Fatu, like Fatu and Braun Breaker, you know what I mean, like stuff like
Yeah.
that, man. It was just like, oh, what's gonna happen now? I was
Right.
really on the edge of my seat, bro, watching this
Right.
men's rumble, man. Like tonight, like I was locked in,
Yeah.
and so much
Yeah.
happened. I kind of forgot some of it. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
like I gotta watch it again.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, it's
but
definitely one of them you got to watch again because it was so action packed and so much stuff, and
Man.
it's so much psychology that they bring to the table now. It's they got they got it together right now, bro. They got it together.
Man.
You had Cena come out there. Cena did his thing. He did, man.
And I right. It was, you know, I was a lot of eliminations though. I was kind of shocked how it played out at the end, which was cool.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna get back to Cena, Jay Uso real quick, but man, Seth Rollins is my dog, man. He snapped tonight.
right.
He snapped on Roman. Seeing Punk went at it. It looked like that may potentially be a
A
triple
triple
threat
threat.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, we see how it play out. But it was like when he stomped Roman and went like when he stomped him and then went straight at Punk and they were just bucking like that was like an and one in basketball. I dunked on you and I got fouled. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the follow through on that was just. And then when he stomped him again on the steps and like shout out to Roman Reigns for taking that and like he's the one that was left laying. You know what I mean? But this
yeah.
this is the big dog. This is the tribal chief. This is the one who
He caught
been
two of them. Yeah,
yeah. I want to say he caught one and then the other one was on the steps.
on the
Like
steps. Yeah,
yeah, nasty. So and then Rollins was going after Paul Heyman. You know what I mean? It was like he snapped, man. Like that's what I'm talking about.
right.
That's what I wanted to see, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the architect and the revolutionary, the visionary, and whatever all the other
Right.
nicknames he
All
had,
them
man.
other names he got.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Seth
Yeah,
Rollins, man. He
but
he 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 he. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
and like I say, Cena came in, did his thing. The ending was great. We'll talk about that stuff will come up again, but let's just go ahead and say it, man. Freaking Jay Uso's going to WrestleMania, dog.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I said in my prediction last week that I thought, even though we didn't know what was gonna happen, we both admitted that like this is one of well, this is definitely a time where it wasn't as predictable. But I
Right.
didn't call Jey Uso winning, man, and I loved
Mhm.
every second of it, man, because he definitely the hottest superstar, male superstar in the business right now at this
Absolutely.
point. And
Absolutely.
and I'm glad that they really listen to the fans, and it's like they give that dude the flower, especially when he at his peak, man. Like I was so happy, like really, like I was in here jumping up and down like a damn kid, man, when
Yeah.
when he eliminated Cena, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, when them two, I was like, man, they finna let Cena win for
Right.
real,
They
man.
finna let Cena
And
win.
yeah, yeah, I,
Yeah.
I really believe
That's
that. You know what
exactly
I
what I
mean?
thought
So
too. Yeah,
yeah,
that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, man. It was like that was almost like a Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania last year. A little emotional.
or Daniel Bryan WrestleMania 30.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
it's
Like
and
Kofi
it's not
Mania, Kofi
because
Mania.
yeah, it's because them guys have worked so hard and they earned it. And wasn't nothing given to
Right,
them. They all messed up. They all did this, did that. I mean, let's just be real. Like Jimmy and Jay, bro, they was catching them DUIs and stuff, man. And
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and I believe that's when he said in the press conference, they trust me now. And I believe that's what he
right,
was talking about as far as like, and bro, like I say, he's the most over superstar in the company.
yeah. They
Nobody
say he's
got him out.
currently merchandise and all that, man. He's like that
Right.
guy, right now.
Yeah. And so it's time.
Yeet
And we
Nation,
talk about,
shout out Jey Uso, man. Dad
yeah, but,
Rikishi, Big Jimmy, the
right,
whole bloodline, man.
right.
J2Y2,
But we talked
uh,
about that. We talked about that last week.
right,
About him being so over and every week is just more and more and more. Everybody's bought in.
right,
But we was also talking about could he get his shot? Well, we're gonna find out now.
right,
Because
right.
if it don't die down, man, and he wins the championship at WrestleMania, man, that place is gonna go nuts. go
Absolutely.
insane, and it'll be something like a Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. You know,
Totally, bro. Right. All them
right?
Kofi Mania. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like all
yeah.
that stuff, bro.
So he wins the Royal Rumble. So you got CM Punk not main event Royal Rumble. I mean WrestleMania. He didn't
Right.
win. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. I do want to say I'm with you on that. I thought the same thing. Are they trying to do like a triple three-way dance or whatever at WrestleMania? Something like that.
I mean, yeah, and also we gotta remember that you remember Punk said something to Heyman too before he left.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and now that favor gonna come back into play. So what's the favor gonna be?
Right.
You know, they
Right.
plant them seeds,
Yeah.
and it's coming to fruition. This just the next chapter, the next step, going
Yeah.
down to that road that is the road to WrestleMania.
Right. And we own it now. We own it because we got the Elimination Chamber coming up,
Right.
which you're gonna have Jacob Fatu will probably be in that. AJ Styles, because I don't think he's
I
on
don't
Raw.
know.
Yeah, because they ain't said nothing about because
Yeah, I
they've
don't
been out.
know. I don't know if we're gonna make. I don't know if we're gonna make that cut, but it would definitely make sense to be Jacob Fatu, especially him being hot. But who knows, man? You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they'll have they probably gonna have qualifying matches,
Right.
and you know, and that thing with him or Braun become with Braun Strowman, which I get your point though. It ain't like that's the feud that I want to keep seeing,
Yeah.
like going forward. But he had such a good performance in the Rumble. Like they definitely let Jacob Fatu shine, and he had moments with Braun Breaker, uh, with Roman Reigns,
Right.
you know, just other guy, you know, just beast opponents, and it was just such a great seeing them match up and like what's gonna happen now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it would make
Yeah.
sense that I get the whole Braun Strowman because he just like destroyed that man
Right.
in Saturday night's main event, so he deserved to get that receipt. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
what I'm
point of the
saying. Like
Rumble.
that had to be the get
Yeah,
back. But
yeah.
that for the beating he took, that ain't the best get back there was, you know. So
Well, I mean, but it's the Rumble though. Like, so
right,
it's
you know, so you
you
like
because
ruined his chances and all that
there
stuff.
you go.
It's
There
like
you
we're
go.
not making the playoffs, but if we beat you, you ain't gonna make it either.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So let's go. All right. Yeah, man. Thought maybe I might have seen something where we can be maybe looking at a Cena or Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
then some
Yeah.
other stuff was set up. We'll see. You got Finn Balor back. Finn Balor's back. He's been
Right.
gone for a couple of weeks. So yeah, man. It's gonna be exciting to see. It's gonna be exciting to see because if you think if you know the injury stuff is a work and Cody's all right, he makes it to WrestleMania. You got Jey Uso and Cody, they buddies, and you know what I'm saying. So that'll be good. But him and Gunther,
Yeah.
like, you know, he finally, you know, I can beat Gunther. I know I can. You know,
Well, he kind of answered the question at the press conference, but again, we still don't know because, like you said, though, it's still a storyline with
right?
him
He
and Cena. Plus,
can
they
say what he wants to. They've already got it written down what's
yeah,
gonna happen anyway.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But like
we
like I
just
said,
don't
with him
know.
and Cody, yeah.
But if he beats
Uh,
Cody for the championship,
you're right.
then then Roman Reigns gets jealous, and then he the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that could be something down the line. That's a
right?
great point. Yeah,
Yes,
they definitely have different directions they can go.
right. And
With
then do
actually
you think?
both Royal Rumble winners, they
Yeah.
can go either direction and kind of still make sense. You know what I mean?
Do you see him and his brother wrestling each other for the title?
With him and Jimmy,
Yeah, if he wins the title, do you see
not
anything like
well,
that happening?
maybe, but I wouldn't take Jimmy seriously. I just don't see. I like Big Jimmy, but I just don't see him ever. Jay, I mean, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't see Jimmy hitting it. There's always a Marty Jannetty and HBK. I'm not calling Jimmy Marty Jannetty, but what I'm saying is that
It's a
what
more of a
Jay
U.S. title, intercontinental title in his future before it's a
maybe, and that's
yeah.
down the line. Like,
But but he's been plagued by injuries. He got hurt. He gets hurt a lot. He's dealt with a lot.
nothing against Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Jimmy can't work or anything. Nothing against Jimmy. It's just
Yeah.
Jay got that sauce, dog.
Yeah.
And it's really unbelievable, like how over he is right now, and like you can't deny that, dog.
Right.
Yeah, you know what was really cool? Again, just talking about the Rumble, like even guys like that 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 uh that TNA champion dude, the Joe Hendry or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
You heard the crowd when he came out, bro?
Oh, they went crazy.
Like, it's just cool that they doing stuff like that. I know they got to deal with TNA right now currently, which is cool, but
Yeah.
it's cool that that like last year with Jordan Grace with TNA Knockouts champion, she came out there. So it was just cool to see them really expanding and branching out with other companies and working with them. Because
Right.
Vince wasn't doing that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
They
no.
did once upon a time. Like they had some shows with the Japan, like All
Japan and stuff
Japan.
like that. Yeah, but
Yeah, but even
you know,
then they didn't really do that often. That was like a one off the one time they did, So
right.
it
Because
is
man,
cool to
them
see stuff like that,
WCW
man. Especially
Japan
the
super
Rumble, man.
shows, that used to
Right,
be
but
it.
just like AEW work with New Japan now, you know what I mean? So we see it in
Right.
those companies.
Yeah.
WWE don't do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or haven't in the past, let's put it that way.
Right. Yeah. But the Rumble all in all was great.
Man,
It was very, very good, man. Very satisfying. There wasn't no letdowns. Like I say, the roster is so stacked, man. You got who you got. And yeah, man. Like they
I
said in the press
I will
conference, the
say this.
future is bright. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this, and bold statement or whatever. And I said this for last year's WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
I felt like that was the greatest WrestleMania I ever seen, and it's crazy for me to say that because I don't like to say stuff like that after I just watched it. But
Right.
tonight's Royal Rumble, I can't say that it's the greatest, but it's definitely gonna go on that list with 92 and others.
Right.
That
Right.
this was a great, like the star power, the nostalgic acts, like the different stories, what if it was the Shield with Roman Reigns, or what it was CM Punk and Cena,
Yeah.
John Cena, Roman Reigns, just all of that. It just, man, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those stories that just resurfaced in this action-packed Royal Rumble tonight, man. And I just like when I was watching it, dude, I was on the edge of my seat, like straight up. I'm not lying. I'm a wrestling fan. You just like a lot of you that's gonna be listening.
Mm.
But I was really like, this Royal Rumble tonight from top to bottom. This event was action packed, and it was a great event, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I agree with you 100%. But yeah, it was absolutely great. I'm just thinking about Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, and just let's just throw a few things out there, and then we'll wrap it up. First of all, if Jey Uso goes against Gunther, we'll find out who's gonna be in the. But who's Cody gonna wrestle in Mania? Because we got to find out. Because you're not gonna have Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, none of them gonna be in Elimination Chamber match, right?
Well, why not? They
No,
can
because
keep each other out of it.
that's a Raw. It's a Raw pay per view then. So they got to.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. What you mean? If well,
Then
if But see, who they do what they want to do though. You know what I mean? They don't. Are they gonna stick to that? Like they might have a couple of guys from Raw, and a couple of guys from SmackDown.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna have no cream puff names if they're gonna have a chamber with John Cena.
No.
You get what I'm saying? Not to say that any names are cream puffs, because you just saw the star power that was just in the Rumble, especially like the last 10 guys. I mean,
Right.
you know, what if it was AJ Styles or whoever? Like that,
Right.
that was actually fact, bro. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest is former champion, even though I don't consider Damian Priest on their level, but he's hot right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he is on their level.
Yeah.
Not disrespecting Damian Priest, shout out Damian Priest, but I'm just saying, like, that Rumble was Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. I mean, it was the top stars the last 10 to 20 years.
Right.
Like
Hell
that
yeah.
shit was just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jey Uso won.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's his turn.
Yeah.
It's his turn. Yeah. Well, hey man, Rumble was great. We got Raw coming up Monday, and we'll be back next Monday with our next deep dive, and we'll talk about what happened on Raw and SmackDown and try to get a little more information on Elimination Chamber. So this episode will be available Monday, 11 a.m. like always. Again, any questions, any topics you want us to discuss, hit us up, w2wrasslin@gmail.com. That's w2wrasslin@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook. Welcome to Wrasslin. Welcome, 2 Wrasslin. YouTube, what you're watching right now, and Spotify. Welcome to Wrasslin. Hey, it's Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin.
Here we are.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Shady Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling where you need to be. Shady Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. See ya.